All right, welcome back, everybody. Good afternoon. It is Monday, and we've got more edge rushers to look at here. And we're just going to jump right in here. We're still in the third round, people. We are loaded with edge rusher prospects. And this first guy, I don't know if he's really going to be an edge rusher. It's a little bit complicated here. Jordan Burch of Oregon, but that's where he seems to like to be listed. We'll see if it holds. Oregon Duck, 23 years old. He's got a frame to add more weight, and as you can see, he's already got weight. So, yeah, 280 pounds. I mean, you can get away with being 280 pounds as a 5 tech, but it does limit your abilities to be an edge in most defenses. And there's also something to be said for him maybe adding weight and sliding inside full time. Arm length is passable. These percentiles, by the way, for some of these players are going to be a little bit wacky because they are I'm mock draftable. Will put players in the defensive line category if they're over a certain weight, I think, even if they're supposed to be an edge. So 4.6740 is very good for a down lineman, like an interior lineman. But for an edge rusher, it's still okay, right? But it's not 92nd percentile. 166 10-yard split. I mean, that's still good, but I don't know if it's 69th percentile either. Just something to keep in mind. Big boards, a little all over the place. We got second, we got third, we got fourth, we got a first from Walter. Aggregate has him in the third. Had a good season last year for Oregon. 8.5 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, 6 passes batted down. And we were talking about 60 pressures over the last 2 seasons. So he's produced well. Some of the positives with Jordan Burch would be he's got a big frame, should be able to handle more weight, should be able to slide inside if he adds weight, if he really wants to. I don't know if that's the way this is going to go. He's got a shocking amount of bend, which makes this kind of weird, right? He's got pass rusher bend. Are you going to have him rush inside when he's got bend, which is better utilized on the outside? He can fight through blockers with his shed game. His stack and shed is pretty good. He's quick out of his stance. And maybe he'll end up being one of those guys in the NFL who can play inside or outside depending on the situation. There are plenty of players like that. Jordan Burch could be good in that capacity. I just don't know exactly how this pans out, so it's a little bit unclear. He's not super consistent. It feels like he more flashes than he does consistently do good things. So I think that Jordan Burch needs to really kind of, it's almost like he just needs to lock in and he can become a really good player. But who knows if the light ever goes on? Maybe he's just content being okay every now and then. And he's got to get more skilled. He's got to pick up better hand counters, better pick up some more advanced pass rusher moves. So for the most part, he's just got to like hone his craft and really just pick up more skills and focus in on becoming the best player that he can be. So this one's hard to figure out. I think he'll eventually land somewhere where he's good, and maybe he'll end up being good in multiple areas. So I'd go early third round. I'm not even that far away from putting him in the second. I don't know. I like him. I didn't think I was going to like him, and he's not going to work for everybody, but I think he'll work for some teams. If you need a 5 tech that can slide inside, he's probably pretty good for it. Next guy is Oluwafemi Oladejo of UCLA. This is kind of a late bloomer guy. Not a lot of people seem to really think much about this guy until very recently, because he is a recent edge convert after playing linebacker off ball before moving to edge. He's got pretty good size for an edge rusher. He's got decent arm length, so those are at least good enough. Pretty explosive, 36.5-inch vert, 10 foot broad, excuse me. And big boards, we got some seconds and we've got some fourths, we got a fifth. So aggregate says third. It's all over. Over the last 2 seasons, he's been very productive. I wouldn't look at that super closely because he moved positions. If you look at 2024, 14 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 33 pressures. That shows you what he brings to the table as a potential edge rusher. That's what we care about. He's so new to the edge rusher position, and he's only 21. You have to believe he's going to get a lot better in the next couple of years because he's so new. He's not It's not like he's had years to work on his edge rushing craft. He can cover a lot of ground as well. Really good making plays away from where he started. Real talent at working through blockers to the ball. So he can stack and shed. He's got a nice set of pass rush moves already, which is really impressive when you consider the fact that he's so new to this. And maybe he'll be capable of doing some inside linebacker stuff. It could be a while before he's ready to play edge at the NFL level. It could be a while before he's really ready to go in that capacity. He still has to refine a lot of elements in how he comes off the edge. He's not great at reading play design, which is one of the reasons why he probably got moved to edge, because it's a little bit easier to get away with that. But his play recognition isn't great. His athleticism is good, but it's mostly straight line athleticism rather than reactive. And he probably can't be good in coverage because he's not reactive enough. So, immense potential. He does have some stuff to work on, but the position change has been really good for him. I'll go early third round on him. I like him a little bit more than most people. He's good. Oladejo is, I think, going to develop into something pretty nice here. All right. Next up, Kennard. Another guy that Seahawks fans were really kind of circling around during the draft process, during the season. I feel like I haven't heard as much lately. Again, it might be the kind of odd testing numbers with him. But Kennard, South Carolina, 23. Little bit lean, but pretty adequate size-wise. And he's got really long arms, 34-inch arms. Didn't really tear up the combine, but he did okay. A 4.7 340 is okay. It's disappointing, though, because he is relatively lightweight. The 10-yard split is also pretty mediocre. Bench press reps are pretty good, I guess, but there was some, I think there was some expectation of him being a physical specimen, and he's not. He's not, like, really big, and he's not really fast. He's just what you would expect a 254-pound guy to be in the draft. Mostly third round, fourth round, one second rounder on the big boards. Aggregate says third. Last couple of years, kind of a statistical oddity. He had double the tackles in 2023, but half the sacks. So he definitely kind of honed in on being a backfield disruptor and sack artist in 2024, and he was great. 3 forced fumbles, 11.5 sacks, 39 pressures, getting to the quarterback, living in the backfield. So Kennard has the body to add some weight. I think the issue there is that he can't afford to lose any speed. If he adds weight, he will probably lose speed, and then you lose some of the appeal. He's got good punches. His punches are firm. His punches are effective. They land with force, and they clear the way for him. He's good at shedding blockers with his long arms and continuing to work to the ball, even after several seconds into the play. He does have some ability to use hand counters to quickly get past the line. And he's really good at forcing fumbles, too. He's got the long arms, and he knows how to wield them to force fumbles. I just kind of feel like somebody this size, 254 pounds, if I'm going to be really excited about him, should bring some better quickness or speed. His stack and shed game is kind of slow. It's not like he's quickly getting his way through blockers. It's all just kind of happening gradually. Play recognition isn't great. His bend he doesn't really have much bend. And he's not very skilled as a pass rusher yet. He's got some stuff to work on in that capacity. So Kennard, I don't know. The ultimate evaluation was I wasn't really sure what people were getting excited about. Ultimately kind of disappointed in he's a little undersized relative to these other players. He's got no first step quickness, and he's got no bend. So I'll go late fourth rounder. I'm not into this one. I'm not quite sure what I was supposed to see here that I would be really into. Okay, one more guy for this video, Jared Ivey of Ole Miss, 23. Very tall and lean. So if you're thinking about him as an edge rusher, he's one of the heavier guys. Again, mock draftable, I think put these percentiles with the defensive linemen. So for a defensive lineman, he's light. So does he add weight? Does he lose weight and be just a really tall edge rusher? Or does he just stay a tweener and become a guy who can do both? Arm length is adequate, though. Big boards. We got some seconds, some thirds. Aggregate has him in the late third. Good production the last 2 years. 90 tackles, 23 for loss, 12.5 sacks. 40 pressures last year, so he's getting to the quarterback at a good rate. And remember, he's sharing the backfield with, sharing that defense with some other good players on Ole Miss. So Princely was near the league lead in pressures, or country league. What do they call that? Nation lead in pressures. So it's not easy, but he still did really good. He's got a natural ability to kind of work his way through a thicket of blockers, he doesn't have tremendous, obvious skills, but he just kind of slides through traffic. He's really good at converting speed to power. If you allow him a little bit of buildup, he's going to convert speed to power big time. He's got good punches. His punches are good and firm and strong. Got big time size for an edge rusher as well. That's going to help if he does stick it out as an edge rusher. And I do suspect this could be another guy that plays 5 tech on rundowns and slides inside on passing downs, which is a tremendous weapon, as we know as Seahawks fans. We love that stuff. Now, his reactive athleticism is not very good. He doesn't really have the quick twitch moves to really shed blockers and work through blockers. He's not that powerful, which is disappointing when you look at how big he is. He doesn't have a lot of strength and power. It's somewhat unclear where he'll play and what he'll actually do in the pros again. I think he can do both, but maybe he'll only do one, and maybe he can't do either. He is tall, which I don't love. So this one's hard. I think he'll find a way to be valuable, but he'll be flawed, and I don't think he's going to be, great at this the way Michael Bennett was. So I'd go early 4th rounder. I'm a little bit more down on him than the aggregate, but early 4th rounder is fine. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. We've got more edge rusher stuff coming later today. Keep an eye out. A lot more, actually. We've got a few more videos to get through, but that'll do it for now. See you guys later. Go Hawks.